guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nadia and I'm an interior designer. Today's video will be dedicated to Scandinavian style, which is a very popular style in interior design, particularly in the latest years. So I've decided to make a brief description of this style and give you the tips if you want to decorate in this style particularly. So if this video is of your interest, then keep on watching. Well, the Scandinavian style is characterized by three guidelines, which are minimalism, functionality, and simplicity. The philosophy that stands at the core of this culture can be described by just one word, which is lagom. And in translation from Sweden and Norwegian, it means the right amount. So not too much, not too little. The perfect description, I would say, of the philosophy of this culture. And since the Scandinavian style in interior design has been around since the 1950s, more or less, it got increased popularity in the latest years. And I think it's, of course, thanks to social media and the amount of information that we all exchange all over the world through photos and blogs and photos of Instagram and Pinterest, but also, the globalization that got us to travel a lot. And so arriving to Sweden and Norwegian, at least we can see, this simplicity that has something to stand out. And we want to understand which are those points that, make the Swedish and the Scandinavian style in general so interesting and captivating. So let's see what identifies the Scandinavian style so we can replicate it in our homes. Let's start. First of all, in the Scandinavian style are used natural materials and such as leather, wood and hemp. I can show you, for example, the leather, which it can be a very light color and stiff one, very beautiful leather. Also wood, which must be absolutely a natural wood, or at least to see the veins of the natural wood, which is very important. This is on furnishings, on the floor, but also on the furniture. So using the natural materials such as leather, wood and hemp. And since most countries in the Scandinavian region have climates that are extremely cold temperatures, the textiles can come in the form of throws and carpets and are made of wool, sheepskin or mohair. Here I have, for example, my beloved sheepskin from IKEA, and you can have it too. It's very simple, but I use it as the cover on my office chair, so it keeps me so warm and cozy. So these are the materials that are preferred first of all in the Scandinavian style. Then focus on the neutral palette. There is a particular color palette that is associated with Scandinavian decor, and this includes the hues of grays, whites, browns and blacks, but also muted hues like, for example, a purple with gray undertones. I can show you some. Now, every country and basically every producer of painting, it has its own palette. This is just one of it. So keep in mind to pick up something that is a neutral palette, okay, and it has a very light undertones and hues of colors. Orient to the first two, okay, so you have a lot of many grays, like 50 shades of gray, no, like 150 shades of gray. And then you'll have some purples, but with grayish undertones. You can have also some green with grayish undertone, browns with some, very pale palette. And so these colors are absolutely perfect to paint the walls, or to embrace some, the color of your sofa, or maybe anything. It can be, the library that you have, or the standouts, or the cabinets. So you can have it from, the usual whites, which can be, from extra white to, eggshell and other colors that are so much loved all over the world by architects and designers, and you know also. So from whites to blacks to browns and grays, these are the main colors that are used to decorate in Scandinavian style. Then the flooring in the house must be a light one. So either you choose something in like a parquet, for example, in wood, which can be a light enlightened, for example, wood, or it can be anything else like marble, granites, or just simple tiles, but it must reflect light, so something of a light color tone. Since it is influenced a lot by nature, the connection of nature, it combines natural shapes and abstraction, and a monochrome artwork and simple decorative objects are a must-have in Scandinavian style. For example, I don't know, elegant ceramic vases, simple pillows, or maybe with some geometrics. Like for example, I have here the in my home office, I have the, let me show you, IKEA. And this one is in black and white, let's say, rhombs. So it's a geometry, but it perfectly describes the Scandinavian taste. So a monochrome artwork, it can also be, for example, a set of paintings, for example. But it must be very simple paintings, so not something with extravagant colors, but some grays, black and white, maybe some pinch of, I don't know, a dot of red or something like that. So monochrome artwork will be very much appreciated. And also insert some plants, natural plants and fresh flowers. For example, this flower would be perfectly fit in Scandinavian style because of the decoration on the vase, which is very simple but geometric and in neutral palette. And the plant itself, it's a very green, you know, which gives a pop of color, and also it embraces all the idea of natural environment. So Scandinavian style is all about that. Now, the space that you have in the house and the furnishings that you will place must be clutter free. So less is more in this case. Storage spaces must be smartly organized. So if you have many things to store, just keep in mind to create such a space. For example, a wardrobe with minimalistic doors, okay, with no handles, maybe push-pull opening, or drawers, you know, but very clean and without decorative elements. So very clean, maybe in a niche, just, you know, from the bottom to the top and to all the walls, so it can be almost invisible to the eye. And you can create such a store, just one store in the apartment, or many stores in different parts of the house if you have a bigger space. So, but it must be minimal, almost invisible, and it must be very functional and smartly organized. That can be made without problems, you know, just by size. Many producers can do such organizational units, or artisans, local artisans, they do so too, and use the neutral palette to paint it. I mean, you can paint in the same color as the wall, or you can just paint it white or black if you are a lover of more deep and, you know, darker things. But just keep in mind that Scandinavian style is about a lot of lighting that must come from the windows. So limit the window treatments with just something bare minimal. For example, white curtains, semi-transparent, so a lot of light must come in. And use as many as possible finishings that reflect light, so it must be of a light color. I know I keep saying light, but it's a very important thing in Scandinavian style. It must be, you know, lightweight, so as the life. I mean, the life must be enjoyed without gravity, you know, and so keep it simple, keep it light, and so it can be enjoyable at all the time. You know that also Scandinavian countries live in the northern hemisphere, so they have many months in the year with, you know, just dark or very little light. So when it comes through, the light is very much appreciated. So everything that surrounds you know, the house and the living, it's made with the idea to, you know, embrace light and bring it inside, so to leave it at the most. So think form and functionality. As I said before, furniture must be clean and have evident lines. Tables, chairs, sofas, and the rest of the Scandinavian decor should have a modern touch, smooth and rounded shapes, edges, straight clean lines, so without exaggeration of decorations. So let's say the minimalistic style plus some modernism. So that would be, let's say, the idea of the Scandinavians. If you want to add something more interesting and particular, then I would let's say suggest to pick up some vintage leather, which has kind of the, you know, the old or the worn leather, the rustic, without looking too antique. So something of a light tone leather, but it also can be a darker one, for example this one, but with vintage idea of, you know, of a worn leather. Also add some bucket accents, some pop of colors, for example some greens on the sofa, for example, or some purples. This is a deep purple, I don't know if you can see it. It's a very deep purple with grayish undertone, very beautiful. So this would add some accent in the room, but not bringing too much color. And a large house plant, you know, for example a banana tree or ficus or something else, you know, but a bigger plant will be also very agreeable for the, very desirable for the Scandinavian style. I hope you understood which are the key points to decorate in this style. It's, you know, keep it simple, keep it clutter free, and bring the functionality inside, and all the rest just natural materials and light color palette. These are the main focal points. It must be, the overall result must be something interesting. I mean, not all white and not all black. It will be like, you know, something too blank, like something that is not finished, you know. So to have that finished look, and in the Scandinavian style, remember to bring details inside. So some geometry, some particular art, but, you know, simple forms, natural forms, some greenery, of course. I mean, if you don't like natural plants, and I mean anyone can, you know, just pick up that what he likes or she likes. So if you don't like natural plants, because, you know, maybe you're so many times you know, on traveling, for example, maybe you have a work that you're almost all the time out, but you want to have this style in your interiors, just make it cozy with like the use of natural materials, with natural textures, like I said before, wood and sheepskin and linen or leather, to have, you know, that kind of natural feeling. And for the plants, you can, you know, just pick up some leaves, from example from a store that you know, the plastic ones that look very much like naturals, just to have that pop of color. So it will do the same. Thank you for watching. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope I explained to you as simple as possible. It's, you know, I'm getting used to explain in front of the camera. It's not something that I do very often, but I'll do it, you know, a lot more, because I want to make a video dedicated to many styles and to different color schemes, just to get used, also to practice, you know, so the eye could practice. And I think for you that you want to make you know, your own decorator at your home, you can have an idea, and you can have maybe the basic points where to start and how to get the end result that you desire. So I hope it was was useful for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and have a nice day. Bye. Mwah.